Alright, Ayra Starr, she is back, and this one, it's different. From the moment that the track starts, you can tell that this is not about the usual flashy production or over-the-top arrangements. This track is stripped back, it's intimate, and it's intentional. But here's the thing, just because it's simple doesn't mean that it's basic. From the guitar-driven intro to the way that Ayra Starr's vocals fill the chorus, there's a lot going on under the surface that makes this track hit the way it does. As usual, there's a lot to break down, so let's get into it. So let's talk about the intro, because even though it's short and it's simple, it actually does a lot. It's only 4 bars long, which is great because it means that we get to the meat of the track quickly. And as we know, this is great for audience engagement and retention. The first thing that stands out to me is the guitar. It's fast paced, consistent, and repetitive. But here's the thing, it's also right up front in the mix. And this does 2 major things. The first, because there isn't a strong drum pattern in this section yet, the guitar along with the single percussion is driving the rhythm of the intro. And this keeps things moving before the full beat actually kicks in. Second, it acts as an instrumental hook. Notice how the intro only has high-pitched vocal runs. Now, if you strip those guitars out, those vocal runs alone aren't enough to provide you with a decent hook. But together, they create this ear-catching moment that pulls you into the track. And then there's this small touch that I really like. The percussion here followed by the cut at 10 seconds. This is a great way to create space in the mix, giving us a momentary pause before Ayra Starr's vocals come in. Now, why does all of this matter? Because from the very start, this song is about genuine connection and emotional presence. The simplicity of the intro reflects the raw, unfiltered nature of the song's message. So it doesn't need to overdo it to draw you in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to listen to this intro now. And really, what you're listening out for here is just 2 key things, and it's all around the guitar. So the first one is how it's helping to drive the rhythm along with the light percussion in the absence of a strong drum pattern. And then the second one is how it's providing you with that instrumental hook, and how together, along with those high-pitched vocal runs, it's drawing you into what is a very short intro. All right, let's do it. Guitars, vocal runs, working together. Here we go.
I don't need nothing from you.
Boom.
You're beautiful.
Now we're in the meat of the track.
I've been reckless with my choices. Can't seem to get what the point is. Life can be rough, can be smooth, and not every fact is the truth.
What I really like about this chorus is that they haven't tried to overcomplicate it. There are no extra layers, so no instruments or additional sounds stacked on top. Composition wise, the pre-chorus flows seamlessly into the chorus, outside of the transition that we get at 52 seconds. So, if the production has stayed the same, what's actually changed? The biggest shift comes from Ayra Starr's delivery. The chorus lines are short, sharp and punchy, but they follow a very specific structure. Number 1, we have 2 sets of 3-word phrases. All the love, all the care. Second, this is followed by a 4-word phrase, and I'm going to apologise in advance for butchering the pronunciation. Them, they, fake-am. This creates a rhythmic, repetitive pattern that is easy to remember, which is exactly what you want from a strong chorus. The next shift comes from the background vocal runs and the call and response vocals that are tagged on to the 2nd and 4th lines. These aren't in your face, but they do add texture, making the track feel slightly fuller without adding extra instruments. And all of this together does something really smart. Instead of relying on big production changes, the chorus structure, vocal phrasing and subtle layering do all the heavy lifting. This keeps the intimacy of the song intact while ensuring that the chorus remains catchy and engaging. And it's proof that sometimes less is more, especially when it's done right. Alright, so just like the intro, we're going to go ahead and we're going to listen to this chorus now. And you're listening out for three things. Firstly is the composition and how it really doesn't change that much from the pre-chorus going into the chorus. The second one is the structuring of the chorus lyrically. So we have two sets of 3-word phrases followed by a 4th word phrase. And then the final one is how the vocal runs and the call and response vocals essentially help to pad the chorus out, which negates the need for additional instruments. All right, let's do it. Right, pre-chorus at the minute. Chorus coming in. 3 words. 3 words. 4 words. There's the call and response. Same structure. Listen to how those extra vocals fill it out. Now, if there's one standout moment for me in this track, it has to be the pre-chorus, because this is where the song lyrically comes to life, especially following the self-reflective first verse. We go from Ayra acknowledging her struggles and uncertainties to hearing her fully commit to this deep, unconditional companionship. And this shift doesn't just happen in the lyrics, it's in the way that the entire section is structured. One of the biggest changes is how the bass is handled. It gets stripped back, only hitting once on every other bar, leaving more space in the mix. Then there's Ayra's delivery, this perfectly executed blend of pacey phrasing and strategic pauses. The pacier delivery adds an extra layer of rhythm to the track, while the spacing between the phrases ensures each line has impact, allowing us to fully digest what's been said while also keeping the section from feeling monotonous. And this balance is key. Because Ayra's vocals bring extra rhythm, the bass doesn't need to do as much. Stripping it back keeps everything smooth rather than have it feeling overcrowded. Now, there is one more subtle but important detail, and it's the final line of the pre-chorus, "And I go love you specially." Not only is this drawn out, but it's also layered. This makes it stand out, highlighting just how important this line is. Alright, so just like the other sections, we are going to go ahead and we are going to listen to this pre-chorus now. Don't worry, I will give you a run-up. But what we are essentially listening for is 3 things. The first one is how the bass is handled. Notice it gets stripped back and only hits once on every other bar. The second is around Ayra's delivery. Notice that we get pacier phrasing, but it's balanced nicely with spaced out phrasing, giving us a chance to have a little bit of a breather, but also digest what's been said. And then the final thing is the final line of the pre-chorus. Listen to how this gets drawn out, but also listen to how it's layered, making it stand out and thus highlighting that it's an important line within the pre-chorus. All right, let's do it.
Can't seem to get what the point is. Life can be rough, can be smooth, and not every fact is the truth. Advancing, I've laid down my burden.
Right, pre-chorus coming in.
Seem to silence the voices.
Listen to the flow. Pacier, but gives us space. And listen to the bass. Only hit it once every other bar. And listen to this final line. Bangs.
Don't be hard, baby, give in. I gon' love you.
So when you really look at this track, it is a masterclass in subtlety. It doesn't rely on big dramatic production choices. Instead, it's all about how space, vocal phrasing, and rhythmic balance are used to create something that feels effortless, but still hits deep. But now, I would like to hear from you. What stood out to you about this track? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.